What is going on, guys? Welcome to today's video, and in today's video we are going to be going through my top 5 legendary hand cannons to go for before Season of the Opulence. Now, why would you want to go for legendary hand cannons before Season of Opulence? Well, if you don't know, if you've been living under a rock, Not Forgotten and Luna's Howl are getting nerfed, and you know, I want to make it clear at the beginning of this video, I'm not saying that those two weapons aren't going to be good after the nerf. I think particularly on console they'll be very good still. On PC maybe not, so for you PC guys, even though I'm a console player, this could be worth keeping an eye on. I think these hand cannons will be more prominent in the meta after the update and after the nerf to Luna's Howl and Not Forgotten. So to kick off this top 5, we are going in, and this is in order by the way, my own personal opinion of what the top 5 are. Coming in at number 5 right here, we have got the Duke Mark 44. Now this is a 110 RPM hand cannon, an aggressive frame, the only 110 that makes this top 5. And the reason why this one gets in above all the other 110s is very simple. The base stats on this weapon are incredible. It has a great stability, it has great range, it has good handling for a 110, it has a decent reload speed, and it is very commonly available. It's easy to get, it's a random world drop, it can drop from a variety of sources, so it's not hard to get. And in the loot pool, it has a lot of good perks that you can get on this weapon. My personal favorite role for a Duke is to have rapid hit and rampage with max range, and that's the role I have actually. I did a video on it a couple of months back. It's a 2-tap beast, and it's very stable, very solid, and out of the 110 RPM hand cannons, it is for sure the number 1 pick. Coming in hot at number 4 is all reliable Trust. Everybody's favorite hand cannon until they got Luna's Howl. Am I right? Am I not the only person out there who completed the Luna's Howl quest back in September using the Trust, the trusty old Trust? And you know, it's called Trust for a reason, guys. You can trust it to get the job done. Alright, the Trust puns are going to stop right here. But seriously, the reason why this is in the list is because it is a 180 RPM hand cannon, and the Not Forgotten and Luna's Howl are no longer going to be in that class of weapon. The 180 RPM archetype is very, very strong, mainly for its reliability. 2 headshots, 2 body shots, no recoil, no bloom, very, very high stability, very easy to handle and shoot. There's very little you can say negative about the Trust. The only thing I would say is that 180s don't feel satisfying personally to me. They don't hit as hard as I like a hand cannon to hit. But if you want something that's going to be reliable and steady, you know, the steady Eddie of the race, Trust is the way to go. Outlaw Rampage is very good for obvious reasons. You've got opening shot, rapid hit, explosive payload. You know, things that can max out the range are really what you want to go for. A max range Trust with explosive payload will deal a lot of flinch to your opponents and make it very easy for you to win your duels. And I think there's a good chance, obviously, you know, the time to kill for 180 RPMs is 1 second. But here's the thing, guys, when you're using a 150 and you miss a bullet, your time to kill is 1.2 seconds, and the chances of you missing a bullet, particularly on console with the amount of recoil, flinch and bloom that 150s and 140s suffer from, you know, the reliable 1 second kill of a Trust, you know, you can't really go wrong. And if you're someone who struggles to handle the 140s and 150s with that crazy kick, then you can't really go wrong with this Gambit hand cannon. The Trust, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get yourself a Trust, go and play regular Gambit. It drops at the end of matches and it drops as a reward from the weekly bounties. And at number 3, we have the Kindled Orchid. Now this hand cannon came to the game with Black Armory. Of course, this dropped at the very height of Not Forgotten's reign of terror, and not many people really paid much notice to the Kindled Orchid. Personally, I certainly did pay attention to it. I did a couple of videos on it. I had some infamously lucky RNG with the Kindled Orchid. I did 3 runs of that forge to get the Kindled Orchid, and I had 3 god drills. I got very lucky, and the Kindled Orchid is special for one particular reason. It can have a unique role that no other hand cannon can get in the game, and that is having both kill clip and rampage on the same weapon, guys. And what does this mean? It means 2 taps for days. You kill someone and reload, you have rampage and kill clip active, and if you're like me, you have a rampage spec mod on your Kindled Orchid to increase the duration of your rampage, and it's absolutely filthy. 2 taps for days. You know, the mini Ace of Spades, or the energy Ace of Spades if you will, because of course the Kindled Orchid, like the Trust before it, is an energy weapon. And if you want to really replicate your Not Forgotten loadout, but perhaps Not Forgotten's not what you like after the update, then maybe the Kindled Orchid is the way to go. It's 140 RPM, has great base range and stability. Like I said, it offers a unique roll that no other weapon in the game can get, or no other hand cannon can get at the very least. And that's not the only roll to go for. There are a number of different rolls you can get. A rapid hit rampage, rapid hit kill clip with high range and stability and range masterwork would be really good too. And one of the best things about the Kindled Orchid, guys, is the way you get it. The Black Armory forge system is so reliable. You pick up the frame, you forge the weapon, and you are guaranteed to get that weapon at the end of that forge. It's very simple, very straightforward, guaranteed drop. And you know, if you're lucky like me, you get what you want early on. Guys, Kindled Orchid is 100% a contender, I believe, simply because of the rolls it can get, the base stats. Of course, it does have something going against it, and that, especially, you know, is relative on console. It is a 140 RPM hand cannon, and of course that means you've got a lot of recoil and a lot of flinch. But here's one thing that makes a big difference after this update is, you know, before on console especially, you're playing a competent player and they have Luna's Howl and Not Forgotten. With your spare rations or Kindled Orchid or whatever it might be, before you've even fired your third bullet, you're dead, because the Not Forgotten kills in 0.6 seconds. So before you've even pulled the trigger, you're dead. After this update, guys, when you pull that trigger, you're still alive. So if you're hitting your shots, if you're hitting those 3 headshots, or if you have kill clip or rampage active and you're simply just hitting 1 headshot or 2 headshots and a body shot, whatever it may be, you'll have a chance to compete with the Not Forgotten user. And for me personally, I can't wait for that. I know on PC it's probably already the case that you can compete with a 140, but I think mainly that's Ace of Spades really, with Memento Mori having so many benefits. Personally, I think Kindled Orchid's a contender, especially in that energy slot, guys. And like I said, Black Armory, go pick up the frame, complete the required, you know, task you have to do, go to the forge, complete the forge, and there's your Kindled Orchid. Happy hunting, guys. Coming in at number 2, this is a bit controversial to put it at number 2 and not number 1, Service Revolver. Now I'm going to get straight into it. How do you get Service Revolver? You have to do 40 strikes, guys. 40 fucking strikes. That's why I don't have a year 2 Service Revolver. And once you do 40 strikes, you can pick up the Service Revolver from Zavala, but what you really want to do is turn in tokens to him for packages and hope for a random rolled Service Revolver. And what you want on that Service Revolver above all is kill clip. Why? Because with kill clip active, the Service Revolver kills in 0.6 seconds. Sound familiar? It should, because that's the time to kill of a Magnificent Howl proc Luna's Howl or Not Forgotten. But the difference is, of course, it's a kinetic weapon and you need a kill first and a reload in order to proc kill clip. But once you do, it's no different to a Luna's Howl with Magnificent Howl procced. In fact, I would say it's even better than a Luna's Howl because you can roll way more range on a Service Revolver than you can on a Luna's Howl. In fact, the range on a Service Revolver can compete with that of a Not Forgotten, and with Not Forgotten receiving that nerf coming up very soon, Service Revolver, particularly on console, I can't speak to PC, but on console I think it's going to be the meta weapon if Not Forgotten and Luna's Howl are not still at the top. And the reason why it's at number 2 and not number 1 is because, like I said, this is my list and I don't like 180 RPM hand cannons. I don't like the way they shoot, I don't like the way they feel. The only cool thing is that time to kill of 0.6 seconds is probably pretty nice. But like I said, I don't have the weapon because I don't like doing strikes, and I don't really want Service Revolver, even if it is going to be the meta after, you know, the update. The rolls you want to go for, like I said, kill clip rangefinder, rapid hit kill clip, snapshot kill clip. You really want kill clip though, in my opinion. There's no reason to not want kill clip on a Service Revolver. Now, why don't I want a Service Revolver? It's because coming in at number 1, we've got the spare rations. Now, if you guys have been following my channel, you know, particularly on Twitch, DFP Shake at Twitch, by the way, I have been farming like crazy for spare rations. The first moment I fired the weapon, I really felt like this is a nice weapon. It feels like a Destiny 1 hand cannon, and I couldn't put my finger on why it felt so good. So I went into dim and I looked at the hidden stats on the weapon, and as you can see, the recoil direction and the aim assist are incredibly high on this weapon. Not only that, you can get really awesome rolls, high range with rapid hit, kill clip, multi-kill clip, rampage, swashbuckler. You know, there's so many good perks you can get, obviously with these new perks being brought in with Joker's Wild, and I love this weapon. It's in the kinetic slot. Of course, you guys know I love the Chaperone, so there's a bit of a conflict of interest there with Chaperone and spare rations being in the same slot. So as a result of that, I've been using good bone structure a lot, as you guys may have seen in the recent videos I've been doing on that weapon, and I really enjoy it. With the range you can get, you can compete with Not Forgotten, with, you know, Kindled Orchid, Ace of Spades. It can compete, especially after the update on console when NF gets that nerf. I really hope, as much as I think, I also really hope that this weapon can compete at the top of the pile. Now, the big downside to this weapon is not the weapon itself, but how you get the weapon. Now, unlike the Kindled Orchid, how I talked about earlier, it's very easy. You pick up the frame, you go to the forge, and you get the gun. This is pure RNG. You are at the mercy of RNG. You have to do Reckoning. It also has a chance to drop at the end of Gambit Prime matches as well. But that was only implemented recently, I believe, but the main way to get the weapon is to do Reckoning. Now, a tip I would give to you is to only do tier 2 Reckoning when spare rations is available, because tier 3 has more weapons in the loot pool, therefore lowering your chances of getting spare rations. So farm tier 2 over and over and get lucky, get yourself a spare rations, and get ready to enjoy the new meta that is coming with Season of Opulence. Guys, I hope you enjoyed my top 5 list. There it is. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. If you could hit 2,000 likes on this video, that would be incredible. And if you enjoyed the video and you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We are so close to 90,000 subscribers, and I hope you will join me on the journey. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.